Hey, what's up folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning everybody, I'm Pedro Ruiz, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right, this year we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello everybody, hanging out in the Discord chat room. If you'd like to join us during the live show with any banter, questions, and comments, you can join the Discord server. The invite code for that is discord.gg/Adafruit. And we're hanging out in the live broadcast chat room. So we're going to take a moment to welcome everybody to the show. Thank you for joining us. We hope you're all doing well and staying safe out there.
We are also hanging out in the YouTube chat on Facebook and Periscope. Good morning to everybody hanging out. Shout outs to everybody hanging out. Rolves, Connor, Odina, and over on the...
Over on Discord.
We have
Wester, we have Jim Hendrickson, Mark Gamblor, and Stuart Riggs. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you may be watching us. We're live, and we'll kick it off with the show things. So let's start off with an update to the freebies. You spent some money with Adafruit, we're going to give you some free stuff. So we got an updated tier. We have 3 tiers this week, and this, I think for the rest of this month we'll see. So for orders that are $99 or more, you'll get a free half-size Permaproto. For orders that are $100 and $150 or more, you get the half-size Permaproto plus the STEMMA QT breakout. You can get, it's randomly selected, and if you have an account with Adafruit, make sure you don't get the same STEMMA QT board twice. And then for orders that are $200 or more, you get the half-size Permaproto, the randomly selected STEMMA QT board, and free ground UPS shipping for the continental US only. So check it out, adafruit.com/free. These automatically get added to your cart, so you don't have to worry about that. There's no codes or anything to type in for these deals. But if you do want a code, stick around till later tonight where we get a lovely 10% discount on Ask an Engineer. CircuitPython meetings happen every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join in live to hear the CircuitPython dev and community all coming together, or you can listen to it as an archive shortly after, around 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can subscribe via your favorite podcast service. Newsletters, once a week, there's a product-focused newsletter. That's adafruit.com/newsletter if you want to subscribe to that and get all the updates on the products that get added to the shop weekly. Daily, it's adafruitdaily.com. You can check out the different categories that you can subscribe to get daily emails. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. My audio sounds really low. So we're going to switch it to this mic. Okay, so I switched it to this mic and it looks like my audios are better. Yeah?
I'm trying to...
I know. Hey, what's up, folks? Hello. Mic, there it is. Maybe it's down here. That's why. Sorry, everybody, for the audio troubles. I think it's okay now. I'm looking at the levels, so they look fine. So anyway, adafruitdaily.com, different categories. We won't spam you, and that's that. Hello? Hello. Okay, just checking. All right, next up we have the Halloween Hackfest. This is still going on, so if you go to hackaday.io, you can see all of the goodies that you can win. Here is the web page for that. It's got a nice page, and you can subscribe. You can submit your projects. All you have to do is create a project through hackaday.io and click a button to submit it to the contest. Last week we talked about it. This week there are some more submissions, and there is still a lot of time. The deadline for this is Monday, October 11th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. And I just wanted to pull out one very fun project here. So if you click on submissions, even if you aren't contributing or want to participate, you can still check out the awesome, lovely submissions and get some inspiration. I'm really digging this one from Glenn Atkins. Glenn Atkins put together a little guide and video on his safety coffin grave bell. This is really, really fun. It's using a proximity sensor and a servo and some smarts to make a motion activated grave bell. Back in the old days, people were very afraid to be buried alive, so they would tie a piece of string to the deceased or the person that they thought is deceased, and they would bury them with this things tied to their finger. So if they would wake up in their coffin under the ground, they could ring the bell. There's a little history lesson for you. Very, very creepy, very, very cool construction. A good mix of woodworking and electronics. So check that one out. This is the Hackaday.io Halloween Hackfest, sponsored by DigiKey. Also, if you use Adafruit parts, we double the winnings. So check that out if you do want to get some inspiration for your Halloween projects.
We're definitely inspired. We want to rebuild this using all Adafruit parts and then break that off into that little door knocker that we've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah, this is something
same kind of mechanics. I
yeah,
think,
this is something like I would imagine at the Haunted Mansion from like a Disney park.
I'm surprised you don't have
I know,
this
it's such a
outside where all the graveyards are.
It's such a good one. It's really nice. It's like, oh, because they have their own little mini graveyard, and that's the sort of thing that
they do have the door
there.
knocker. So it's a similar sort of
Imagine like having a row of them and just like walking by and they're all like jingling different notes. That'd be fun. So anyway, huge shout out to Glenn Atkins for putting this up, and check out Glenn Atkins on YouTube. He's got some cool projects. So check it out. That's the Hackaday.io Hackfest. Still going on. Help wanted. If you go to boards.adafruit.com, you'll see that there are some job listings. Pretty much the same ones as last week, so I'll skip pulling these out. But if you are a maker looking for a new gig, or if you're an employer looking for a maker, check out jobs.adafruit.com. Some lovely ones out there. And that's the jobs boards. All right. I think that does it for the intro stuff. Our audio is better, I think.
Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's, I guess, shop talk, or is it prototyping?
What do you mean?
Don't have a
project.
Yeah, this week's project. Oh, the guide. Yeah, sorry.
Well, of course, I did it. So this week's project is a little 3D printed frame for the new Adafruit glasses. So if you check out learn.adafruit.com, you can see we have a little 2-page guide on these 3D printed frames for the Adafruit LED glasses. These are those new glasses that went up last week. They sold out so quickly, but don't fret, there are more being manufactured. And this probably gives me a good opportunity to highlight the beta box. If you really want to get guaranteed to get your hardware before it sells out, make sure you are subscribed to the Ada box. You can do so. You have 14 days until we start closing this off. But Ada box, what is this, 20 or 19? I think it's 20. So Ada box 20. I hope it's 20. It might be 19.
I think it is 19.
Is it really? Is it 19?
I think so.
I'm ahead of myself. But anyway, 14 days, 13 hours, 51 minutes. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. It's a great way to get guaranteed that you're going to get the latest and funnest. We always have a really awesome Ada box for every Halloween, because that's kind of like Adafruit's holiday is Halloween. So check it out. Back over to this week's project, which is these glasses. It's a 3D printed frame. So here it is. It's a 3-piece thing. And these are the LED glasses, okay? And then the way it's attached is with machine screws. I really wanted these nose pads, so I built in these nose pads to the bit of a frame. You have 3 mounting holes that you can choose from. I selected the middle ones here. So these middle ones are using M3 screws. And then I got some hex nuts in the back here that secure the frame to the actual PCB. Cool. And then for the hinge, I have an M2.5 screw right here and right here. And below here is a hex nut, the plastic one. But those hex nuts there will keep it nice and tight, so you can still bend this if you want. And I have it really, really tight, so if I unscrew that, I can kind of close it, but I don't plan to close it. On the right arm, we have mounting holes for a Feather compatible board. This is the Feather RP2040. It's my favorite Feather because it has a built-in STEMMA QT connector. The way this works is it has a LED driver. This is the IS31FL3471. This is 3471, whatever it is. There's STEMMA connectors right here and right here, and you need a microcontroller to actually power this. So here's the microcontroller, and this is the little 50mm STEMMA cable. The Feather is attached to this frame with nuts and screws, and that's that simple. No soldering here required. And to power it, I have this USB-C cable and one of our lovely 2200 milliamp LiPo batteries. These are super cheap and super easy to work with. So the idea here is that I don't want a battery on my forehead. I've done that before, and it kind of is heavy. So I really like this simple kind of power setup because I can recharge this and it's protected. So if I drop this, it won't explode. And it's far away from my face. So let me get this powered here. So we have a update to the CircuitPython library and the Arduino library. It's been optimized, so check it out. This is the demo code that comes with the library for the IS31FL3741. And it's optimized now. It was optimized like last night, so check it out. If you do have your LED glasses, try out the CircuitPython library and check out the demo code. There is more in the works. So let me go ahead and put these on my face and see how I can wrap it around my head. I really wanted those nose pads back there because having that FR4 on your nose kind of hurts.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we got going on here. So yeah, the frames are sized to hopefully fit most heads, but it is a parametric design. If you do feel like modifying it, you can modify the CAD files. So we have a step file and the Fusion 360 file of the original design source. If you want to modify it, you can do so. If you have something like Tinkercad and you like to use Tinkercad, you can download our STL of just the PCB and make some cool frames, or build it into a existing prop, like maybe have some sort of puppet or some sort of skull that you can like attach it to. It's really easy to do that with those 3 mounting holes. And if you want to laser cut something, maybe some sort of diffuser or what have you, you can also use the CAD file to do that. So that's what we got going on. So let me head back over to the Learn Guide and we'll kind of waltz through it. Waltz with me. Where is it? I lost my tab. Yeah, so the parts, we got the LED glasses. Those were out of stock. They were in stock. I think maybe 100 of them went up, maybe 50. So thank you everybody for buying them as quick as you could. They sold out in like 30 minutes. The Feather RP2040, is that in stock? Is it in stock? It is in stock. The Feather RP2040, like I said, my favorite feather. It's only 12 bucks, so check it out. And for the STEMMA cables, Adafruit sells so many of these STEMMA cables, and the 50 millimeters is the shortest ones. You could get a longer one, but the short ones are hopefully will be back in stock. I'm using a mix of M2.5 screws and M3 screws, so you'll want to pick those up. And then I got my USB-C cable. I forgot to mention the battery, but you can use any USB 5-volt battery to power your Feather over USB-C. Check out this picture. This was a hard picture. Let me just talk real quick about how do you get these pictures. It all comes down to a long exposure. So using a flash, a long exposure, you can get these really nice, what would you call this? When a light source has this like twinkle, you see the shape of them? That's like really hard to do without a long exposure shutter speed. So you set your shutter speed to like 1 second long exposure, and you get these.
It's also a product of your iris, the way that your lens. Iris. Yeah, because some people won't have that. They'll have like a hexagonal type of look. So it depends on your lens.
Incredibly difficult to figure out the settings for. And if you see our product photos, it's even more hard to get it on video. This is normally what it looks like when you take a picture of it. It's like, are they even on? You take a photo of lights, it's pretty difficult, but there's your tip. Long exposure with flash. If you want to take some lovely photos of LEDs that twinkle and that look like starbursts, that's how I was able to get it. All right. I don't know if folks appreciate that. All right, so over to the 3D printing page, we got some slice settings, we got some CAD files, some zips, and our thing just broke. Come on. Come on, Learn System. Help me out here. All right, here we go. So here are the parts. No supports needed. Everything prints flat on the bed, so you don't need any supports. That's cool. You can download the STLs or download the CAD source, which has that step file that I was talking about. I was able to fit everything on the bed, like all in one go, so that's really nice. I already showed you the CAD assembly. You're going to use some nuts and some screws. And then the design source is available on GitHub. If you want to download just the PCB file, you can get that. It has all the LEDs and the connectors and capacitors all on the board, so you get a one-to-one accurate model of the components and the PCB. Very, very cool. And that's really the whole Learn Guide. The assembly is pretty straightforward because you just look at the GIF of all the screws exploding and reinstalling. Excellent.
Awesome. Some questions in the chat room. Is there an easy way in Fusion to bend the areas of the glasses?
Bend the areas of the glasses.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a molded. Yeah, to curve it.
Yeah, with some work you could do like you can use the spline tool and curve it out, or you can.
I think they're talking about like this. Yeah. So like the
yeah,
how the arms.
Yeah, yeah. I
cover
could
around
probably
your
do
head.
like a loft and do like or a sweep. You can kind of create two different sketches with planes. That's a good layer by layer maybe. Or you could just hit a heat gun to it and just bend it yourself. That's a little destructive, but you know, lots of different ways to do it. The reason why I have it flat like this is because I can print it flat, and yeah, that's a cool idea though.
I think it might work if it's printed. You don't have another pair, right? Where the bottom is like that.
I do not have another pair.
So if the bottom is like that, so if it's on the bed like that, and then you still get that curve.
Up?
Yeah, so you would still get that curve like that.
Yeah, that would.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, you could do.
Oh, I'll definitely try that.
But yeah, it's just flat, no curve. But this right here does a good job of holding it. I was thinking of putting like little
Ninja Flex
what you call it, little a notch here, so that I could put a rubber band or some sort of thing. So if you wanted to strap it to your head, and tighten it that way, that would work.
I wonder if like the existing, like what are they called, the things you put on your glasses, like the chains or something,
right?
Maybe that would fit too.
It's there's a nice fillet around here on the edge, so that it doesn't hurt your ears when it's wrapped around your ears. But yeah, I wanted to make the hedge pretty chunky, so I have it I think 4 millimeters thick on each side, and this is an M3 hole, so I'm using an M2.5 hole so that there's a little bit of clearance there. But yeah, really simple design and construction. I needed to get this out pretty quick, so I didn't spend too much time on it. The nose pads, really happy about those because without them, like I said, it really hurts your nose.
It's gonna dig into your nose. And then one of the other things we need to put in here too, DeWester was saying that he wears glasses, and luckily Lamar showed it off on attaching it to existing glasses using some zip ties. So that's what the other 2 mounting holes can be used as. You can just zip tie them, or maybe design a little thing that you could like stick them onto your existing glasses.
You might not be able to fit a zip tie. I don't know how she did it exactly, but these holes are M3 holes, so zip ties normally aren't that thin, but you could.
Yeah. You can check out the product page for that. There's a video on there, her showing that off, and I think she said like Ray-Bans or something. She says the model of the glasses that she used, and she was able to put it right over her existing glasses.
Yeah, I don't know if she had a driver. I think
the driver was down here.
Was like hanging off.
It was hanging off.
For this one, you could make a new version of the thing. Like let's say you want a cutie pie, and you could have a cutie pie here instead. I went with a feather because it's
maybe like a mount for other sunglasses would be cool too. So it's taking that and then like either zip tie it or somehow screws into some other sort of.
If you wanted to Bluetooth, you could use the NRF feather, and that has good CircuitPython support, and that would work here. I didn't want the battery on my head because it weighs it down a bit. But over here, I would have put like a 400 milliamp battery and then routed a JST cable over here, down here, and then back into the JST power connector there. But for simplicity's sake, no soldering. You just kind of screw these things and attach it all together, and you got a nice, simple, wearable frame for your LED glasses.
Super cool.
Thank you. Great job, Lamar and Phil, on the silkscreen and the PCB design. It went through quite a few different iterations.
Do we have the other one? So we can show that, and a disclaimer too, that this design, when you order it, it might not be the design you show up with.
Yeah, this is Wolf.
So we got here Bug.
Yeah, Bundlefly, Bug.
Ha, this is Bundlefly.
Bug. Yeah,
this is what you get.
Bring it up closer.
This is what you'll get, just the PCB. You won't get the driver because you can choose anything from like a feather or I think even the cutie pie was a modification.
I can go closer.
You can really see the RGB LEDs on there.
Yeah.
Spaced apart.
Yeah, and great silk screen.
So, and enough room if you wanted to like build one of those grids that we like doing for like some black LED acrylic. But you said it didn't diffuse it as well. Right?
I mean, it could. I just didn't want to cover up the lovely silk screen.
Yeah.
So that's one reason to keep it bare like that.
Maybe like just the circle, so it's just around there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Huh.
Yeah, there's lots of cool diffuser bits that you could do.
Dwester's asking, Pico, original Pico, would that fit on there? Like, or would that drive it?
Yeah, for sure. The Pico would. You just have to solder to the pin since there's no STEMMA connector on that board.
Yeah.
But hey, that's fine.
Typical. And then nice and blank on the back.
Yeah, this gives you an idea of how well you can see through it. You know, you can basically see through them. Because, you know, I don't know. I don't know if that's
when it's so close to your eyes, it
you really don't see it, yeah. Oh, great. Oh my. There we go. But yeah, this is the bug, and this is Wolf.
Rawr.
Yeah, you can disconnect this now if you want. Show it like that. Super easy to take it apart too. Just unscrew these things. And yeah, the 50 millimeter STEMMA cable is really nice because it's not too lengthy and it's not too short. So that works pretty well. There you go. Let me take out the battery and plug it in and just kind of let it run there. So there we go. Really, really simple solution here. No soldering required again. I keep saying that because like
that's a big
I've been
point.
soldering
That's a big point.
all week, and it's like
definitely makes it more accessible.
Yeah, you can just plug it in.
And just plug it in. All you got to worry about is getting the code on there, and then how you actually want to wear these and dress them up with your costume. I think is the.
It's so nice to see the rapid speed of development here. Yesterday, like literally yesterday, there was some flickering bug and the code wasn't quite optimized, but Phil B did a great job on optimizing it this morning and pushing it out last night.
Yep, still lots to do.
This is really, really nice.
Yeah, and then we have like our iOS developer Trevor working on some of the PyLeap app, so you can actually add some text on there and have it send right to your glasses. So that's
over
cool
Bluetooth.
Stuff.
By
over
the
Bluetooth,
way.
yeah. So that's stuff that's coming up, and he's using like the Circuit Playground Bluefruit and is connecting it that way.
Yeah.
And a really good point too that Dwester just said too is that he'd want to move the mount completely off the glasses, so everything is running down to like on your belt or your pocket or something like that. It's a really good idea. Yeah, it's a good way to keep all of the weight off of your head.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see, and yep, Johnson County Library Makerspace. Yep, these will be in stock. I don't know when, but they're coming back.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they're being manufactured as we speak.
Cool. Yeah.
And the only way I found out about this, because nobody knew they were in stock, is I always constantly have that adafruit.com/new page, and I just refresh like hundreds of times a day. Because you'll never know when things will be back. I think that's like the quickest way to do it too. You can go ahead and do the sign up. That sometimes will alert you before. But I just have the page open and consistently refresh throughout the day.
I really wanted the dragon ones.
Rolves is saying, yeah, and he wishes everything was USB-C. Yes,
Yeah, I do.
Same here. There's some like
Reversible and everything.
Yeah, when it comes to design, some things we can't fit it in there in the form factor that we want. But yes, one day everything will be USB-C.
And then there'll be USB-D.
I think the new one is like USB-C PD or no, there's like like some sort of I think it's differentiating like the wattages or something you could pull through, something like that.
I guess I'll keep these on then.
Mesmerize the audience. Yep, so we'll do a video promo for this like in a week
the reason
or two.
why is because literally the library was updated last night.
Yeah, there's still.
I didn't want to, record
We have to
film
show
all these demos.
We
with
have
those,
to show the text
those
on there.
artifacts and those glitches that were showing up. So if you were one of the lucky few that got the first batch, update your library. Whether you're on Arduino or CircuitPython, they're both the same and they're both getting optimized by Phil B. So thank you.
And this is available at circuitpython.org/download.
No, this isn't a CircuitPython board. This is like a
where do we get
add-on.
What's the GitHub link to update this?
Well, it's right here. You're gonna have to click on the. Let me switch to the. So if you go to the product page, you can see here Arduino and CircuitPython. If you click on that, it takes you to the library. You can see here 17 hours ago, Paint Your Dragon pushed it out. And you just download this, see where it says code, click on that, click on download zip. That'll give you the whole folder. This right here, Adafruit _IS31FL3741, that's the library. So you want to put that folder in your lib folder in the CircuitPython drive, and then under the examples, you can pull out this one that says the IS31_glasses ring, and that's the code that's running on my face. And that was posted 2 days ago. You could also play with these other ones because we do have another board that is basically using the same driver chip. If you want, I can quickly go to it.
Yeah.
Just type in the IS31, and you can see that this one is basically the same driver, but a different assortment. Yeah, it's a 13:9 matrix, but it's basically kind of the same hardware for the glasses. And it's the same library. Here you can see it running off of a Qt Py, which is really cute and adorable. And we actually have a planned project, a collab project with Liz Clark that uses this one.
Yeah, she had a really good idea on a cool project for this.
Yeah, so this driver is getting some good hardware and some good software for it. But other than that,
that's the usual workflow that Lamar does. She'll make a little breakout for us so you can test all the driver and everything on there, and then we'll port it over to these awesome glasses.
Very cool. All right. So, yeah, product page, link to the thing, and I think the code here where it has like the Adafruit text scrolling, I believe that one's only for Arduino. So if you click on the Arduino link here, I think there's an examples folder, and then here you'll see 3 different glasses demos.
Very cool.
A direct, a buffered, and a smooth. And here's one that says the QD matrix text buffered. That one's probably for the matrix that I showed you. But yeah, this is all still being updated and stuff. And GitHub's being GitHub. One of our PRs failed because GitHub Actions is a beast. So bear with us on the Arduino side. But yeah, check it out. Go back over to Discord. Anybody saying stuff?
Yes, I think I've answered all the questions. Let's go ahead and move on. What's next?
What else
Shop talk? Oh, we got more.
No, I think that's it.
Cat explosion.
For prototyping, I guess we could show off the ray gun.
Yeah.
So the ray gun. This is
Halloween coming up. We gotta work on some props.
Right. So, all right. So since the last update, we have added a nice angle to the handle, so it looks like a ray gun. That really helps ergonomics. And we added an LED because one of the modes we just need to have an LED. You can't have a ray gun blaster without an LED.
Yeah.
So I have this really nice bright yellow LED, and this is all done in CircuitPython. So when I hold the trigger down, it plays a WAV file and turns on the LED. And this is just using a Feather M4 and an amplifier, the PAM8302. We got some magnets here, so you can click that in there. And I remade this so it's thinner up here, so you can see the light shine through. It's a really, really fun ray gun. Goes well with the glasses.
Yeah. Space Ranger.
Yeah, so this will be a fun Philby collab project. Philby's gonna write the code so that we can use this slider here to change up the sound effects. And there's going to be another version that has some keys on top. It's a very, very strange, obscure prop from Star Trek, the animated series.
Not so obscure with our audience. They knew like what.
Yeah, they probably know exactly
what episode number and all that.
Right. This is the Slaver episode because it's called the Slaver weapon. But it's cool. I like the LED holder. If you're looking for a cool way to make an LED holder, this is a neat way to do it. It prints without any supports, and it makes it so that you can still fit a USB cable under here. And all these JST connectors. It's always really nice to use JST connectors with props because then you can, you don't have to worry about threading things, like panel mounting things, threading it through and then soldering it. This makes so you can disconnect all the connections. So that is a work in progress. Updates to the ray gun. Give us some time to release the Learn Guide and video for this because there's still lots of work to do on documenting it. But yeah, it's like a 1950s style spaceship ray gun.
Looks like from Futurama.
Yeah, feels really good. I really like that 15 degree angle that makes it look like a ray gun. So there you go. That is what we're prototyping. Fun. Okay, now we can do shop talk.
Woo.
So for shop talk, we have, I think, 2 things. All right.
What do we got?
Well, I want to talk about
the CAD stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about the 3MF. So there's this video that came out by Kevin Kennedy. Kevin Kennedy does a lot of Fusion 360 tutorials, and he made a really good video on like 7 reasons why you should switch from STL files to 3MF files. So I have started exporting 3MF files for our stuff. The first one being the LED glasses. So I have a link here to the LED glasses model, which is on our Adafruit CAD Parts GitHub repository. And you can see here I got a 3MF. One of the benefits of 3MF is that it is, well, first of all, the file format is open source. And second, it's like half the size of a STL file. Another thing that makes it really good is that it actually has metadata associated to it. So if you have like support material or color information or more slicer information, it will retain that in your 3MF, which is really, really cool. Prusa printers did a video similar about a year ago, but at that time, 3MF export wasn't a thing for Fusion 360. But with their latest updates, it is a thing. It's basically default now. And for like at least a week, I've been switching that drop down from exporting a 3MF to STL, and just kept doing that over and over again. And then this video comes out by Kevin Kennedy. I'm like, hey, finally, I got some reasons to finally switch over. I'm still going to offer STLs because Tinkercad, really it is Tinkercad. I even asked Tinkercad, like, hey, can you guys have any plans? They said, yes, we do. We will. We'll look into it. And Mac OS doesn't fully support it, but Windows 10 does. Windows 10 has a native built-in. It gives you thumbnails. And Windows 10 has like a built-in 3D viewer, which is really cool. So if you're on Windows 10, like 3MF just works out of the box.
Just real quick to test this. In the new,
the
updated.
STLs. And then there's 3MF.
3MF? Nope, not yet.
It shows up as like a flash print. So slicers like Cura, Flash Print, Prusa, and I hope Slicer all support it. But don't quote me on that. But I'm sure Cura and Prusa Slicer definitely support 3MF. And if you go to the website, 3MF, they have like this nice PDF. They tell you things about it. And there's like a little chart here that, here's 3MF. It has, it's Unicode aware, contains support structures, it has textures, full color capability. It's unit aware, which means like it knows if it's millimeters or inches, unlike an STL. And it says it's always print ready, which I think is funny. But look at that, like a 3 megabyte, or rather a 15 megabyte STL as a 3MF is just 3 megabytes. So that's awesome. And there's quite a few companies that are contributing to it, and it's an open source format. Stratasys, Ultimaker, Prusa. Prusa should be in here, but they're not. But Autodesk, HP, GE, 3D Systems, they all, even Microsoft, they're all, and Siemens, they're all supporting it. Shapeways too. So yeah, check it out, and check out that video by Kevin Kennedy. I think he does a really good job of breaking it down. And I'll give the Prusa video a watch too. It's a year old, but hey, it's very valid.
You know, off the top of your head, Stuart is asking if it works in Simplify 3D.
Probably not. Sorry.
I have not tried it.
I haven't used Simplify 3D.
You know what? I haven't even installed it on. Yeah. Oh dang. We'll try it out. We'll test it out.
We've switched to Cura for a little bit now.
Yeah, they started implementing all the things we used Simplify for, like the custom supports.
The custom supports is a huge one.
Yeah, that was one of the big things.
And it's open source and free to download.
Yeah, started making it hard to get all of the. They actually told us to remove our profiles.
Oh, never mind me.
It's like, oh, guys, come on.
Yeah, we respectfully declined.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, check it out. 3MF. It's a new file format, but don't worry, I'm still going to export STLs because Tinkercad.
Yep.
Tinkercad, don't forget.
It's coming.
I know.
It might be a little bit more harder now because they're not in the same office. You know, they're probably still remote. But before, the Fusion team and Tinkercad team were like, you know.
I don't know if FreeCAD has support for it or export support. I don't know, but like I said, you keep your eye on it if you're not sure.
It's going to be starting to be supported
because
widely.
To me, it affects me personally because like I use Fusion 360, and when I export, it's always a 3MF by default, and that's good. I'm going to export both of them for now.
I'm down for new workflows, and having all that metadata in there is super helpful.
Yeah. Thingiverse supports 3MF, right? You can see here in the downloads file, they support 3MF just fine. Even though they don't have it listed as a supported file format, I was surprised to see that it uploaded it fine.
Very cool.
And in the Prusa printers website, they've been supporting 3MF since the beginning. And they, like I said, made that video, and they have like thumbnails and all this.
I like my favorite feature, I think, is having the supports in there, because that's one of the things I'm always huge, like bummed out about when I have to export stuff. It's like, oh man, especially if it was like a custom support that I built into, and it's like, oh, I can't. How do I give this out to people? And my only solution has been to like make a GIF of like where the supports are, so you can at least see where I put everything. But
in the Prusa video, they show you that a project file is the 3MF file. They didn't have to come up with a new file format.
Yeah, that's actually
and
how
same thing with Prusa or
Cura.
Their project files are also 3MF. So that's really awesome.
Which again, it's like when you're doing like custom sizing and like having the layouts be like this weird like angle that makes the print like that much better. It's definitely metadata that you want to be able to share.
Your actual slice settings get saved to it, which is really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then. Yeah,
that is
really good.
That is a big deal.
Because then you don't have to keep importing new profiles. It's just baked in.
Yeah.
But still modifiable, right?
That's actually the reason why I list all of the different support settings, because I can't save that out.
You're right. Yeah. So it's a whole new world with 3MF.
Yeah.
Check it out. Any more comments on 3MF?
Let's see. Stuart is saying that.
Right. Just to confirm, like
AMF. Is AMF the same thing? AMF?
I have no idea.
It says Prusa Slicer has exported AMF, but he doesn't see 3.
Oh man, no.
MF.
Prusa, what happened?
I thought they were doing...
Slicer, but like I saw their video and they're like, hey.
Yeah, that's the only thing missing from Cura that I use Prusa Slicer for. Actually slicing an object.
Oh, the mesh.
No, where you just slice a thing off.
That's what I'm saying. The mesh tools or something.
Mesh slicer, yeah.
Yeah, they have a really nice one. Like if you want to chop the bottom of a print or something. Yeah. Still early days of supporting 3MF, I guess, but hey, Fusion
coming soon.
Yeah, just started doing it, so
for everyone else, yeah. All right, cool. Second thing I think is was it the Whippersnapper?
It was the Whippersnapper.
Yeah, so that's actually what I've been working on.
All right, super sneak peek.
Yeah, I think Brent's been showing it off, but yeah, that's what I've been working on. We're trying to have it ready for this week, but there's some bugs.
What is Whippersnapper?
So Whippersnapper is a super easy way to, no coding required, to hook up your variety of Wi-Fi boards to read sensors like a beam breaker, a power strip, or like
a temperature sensor,
humidity, like a trip sensor,
a proximity sensor.
So all of those where you just plug it in using Adafruit IO, and it recognizes what that sensor is and lets you, with no coding, just select some drop downs and actions and triggers. So in the example, I don't think we have the video loaded, but the example, you can go like into the mag tag or the pipe portal. We have
so you'll plug it in, and Whippersnapper will know, it'll detect all the onboard sensors and connectors.
So all the libraries, all of the firmware that you're going to need to have that working with getting online. So it inputs all of your Wi-Fi credentials and your Adafruit IO login. It'll be able to make dashboards and, like I was saying before, pick like a sensor or a component. So if you click on components, and this is all the components that it lets you work with. For now, you guys just added like a bunch of I2C sensors. So that is coming like within like probably next week, I think, is what they're working on. But yeah, like LEDs, push buttons, toggles, potentiometers, PIRs, relays, power switches, reads, light sensors, beam, water sensors, and we show a couple of these demos off in the video. And you just select that, and it lets you, it gives you like which pins are available on the specific board.
It knows the profile for the mag tag, for example. So it knows that there's some buttons there, and it knows that there's these ports, like and the built-in LED, and you can use these all just by clicking in the drop down.
So if you
So
wanted...
with boards like MagTag, you simply just plug it in, so no soldering required. We're trying to make it so easy to be able to use Internet of Thing Wi-Fi boards with a sensor. So you don't have to program anything. You don't have to, like compile all these, firmwares and figure out all this craziness just to get a simple door switch. Or the most powerful one that I like right here is that we should have hooked it up. It's in the other room.
You're not
The power,
connected.
yeah, it's not turned on.
Oh.
The power switch, so you can like control a lamp from the internet, and it
Or
automatically
anything
connects.
that's plugged into the power.
And yep, anything that's plugged into
That's
it.
great. And you can have multiple devices. Here's the Pi portal. Let's say I want to add a new component or modify the alert LED. Here are all the pins that are available on it. And you can plug in whatever sensor to these ports on the Pi portal.
And there's a bunch of that you can do too.
Yeah, and there's more components being added. I really want NeoPixel support so that I can do some NeoPixel projects. But yeah, this is kind of your device page, or your device list, and then your device page. So we're going to support the ESP32 and the ESP8266.
Yes.
Is that right? It is 8266.
Not at launch, but it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. And you can add it to your dashboard or see the feeds and kind of see the log of when things changed. But yeah, it's
And if you're not familiar with I/O, you can check out io.adafruit.com, and there's like a video that explains all the awesome things you're able to do with internet-connected devices.
You can be a part of the beta if you...
I think you literally have to like tag.
I think you have to tag Brent on
in the Discord.
Yeah,
We'll,
you have
sign
to
you up.
ask him and he'll sign you up. Sorry.
I know.
I don't know the full
I see stuff going on in the
extent, but-
Slack. I'm like, whoa, cool. More updates coming out.
So that's Whippersnapper.
Yep.
Sneak peek. We'll be making
Hopefully
a video
launched
next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
No, the actual launch will be, I hope, next week.
Right, it'll go
That's
public
so
next week.
cool.
With some
So
learn
cool.
guides as well. Dylan Harada is working on some learn guides
Yes.
in company
I think
with
she
Brent.
has a couple of them that I follow to set all this up, but it's super simple. And yeah, I'm freaking hyped about this because when the designer video guy can figure out all this without any coding, setting up sensors, doing like a simple door trigger, like alarm, and then like a water sensor things, hooking all
Yeah.
that stuff up. It's so awesome.
It's going to
if people
open
do
up
that.
so much accessibility for folks now with I/O.
Oh, and Mark Gambler is saying that, yeah, it's on a help with Adafruit I/O channel.
There you
is
go.
where
Thank you.
you can
I
tag.
think Mark is a beta member as well. So
Yeah,
thank you
it's
for
so freaking cool.
for testing it out and being the first to try it out and find all the bugs because there are some bugs.
Nope, they just fixed a couple last night even.
Yeah.
To,
Shout out to Lauren.
Finish up this
But
video.
yeah, all IT or I/O Wi-Fi boards was what's going on.
Big deal. It's like
Yeah.
when Scott figured out getting USB mass storage working in
was a huge
CircuitPython.
deal, yeah.
This is another one of those like.
Yeah, it's a groundbreaking.
Yeah, it expands
Step
to how
forward.
many people are able to use this, which of course, always for figuring out more features and bugs and things like that, it definitely helps in making this way better.
Yeah.
So,
Very
coming
cool.
soon.
Coming
So
soon. And that is Shop Talk. Excellent. All right. This week we have the community to make. Every Tuesday we 3D print something from the community. This week
What we got?
it's a mask.
Yeah, so this is a really cool mask. Continue on with Halloween. I think is today the first day of autumn?
Maybe.
Like we're finally gonna get like cooler temperatures here in Florida, 70 degrees.
So this is a Ghost in the Shell inspired mask.
Yeah. So this is, as you can tell by the model wearing, and when I put it on my head, it is completely scaled up. And it's a nice, creepy, like Android-looking mask. It comes with like these little tags on the side, so you can attach a piece of like band or nylon or something.
Yeah.
But really cool texture on it. I did use that trick that I was just talking about with Prusa Slicer, where I cut this right up there so it is completely flat on the bed because there is like this curvature on the top here. And I really like the modeling in this. Like it's, what is this called, where it's like dented out.
Yeah, it's just shelled.
It's like shelled, really shelled perfectly. Like it fits like your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. So very good modeling with this. It's all nice and smooth. And yeah, just really like textures on it and the creepy look. And let me
pretty
just put
creepy.
this on. You can see how much the scaling that I did on this. It's huge. It looks like a baby face or something. But everything lines up. I'm able to see, and you can kind of see my eyes there. But yeah, nice Android-looking mask. This is from Ghost in the Shell. I'm thinking it's like where
I think
right in the intro shot where she's getting like the skin like added, like where the android's getting the major is getting the skin,
right?
I guess attachment or whatever.
The Thingiverse page is having some issues loading the images.
Yeah, it sometimes does.
It's from Elvis is
yes.
the fellow's name. So shout out to Elvis for releasing this as a free model. You can download it here. And well, like I said, they won't load, but we'll have a link in the description.
Well, here's the proof. Video. It does work. It looks great. It works. I forgot what the settings. It took a little bit to print just because of the scaling that I did on it. And you shot it with like some LEDs, and yeah, you could definitely attach LEDs right here. Yeah, have it be like a creepy mask like outside for the trick-or-treaters. Cool
decor.
Nice glowing illumination on there for the facial features. Well, you know what? It's been like that since like even when I downloaded it.
Oh really?
I wasn't able to see. Yeah, I know. It's one of the things where it's like I'm gonna have to trust this this work. So, but here is the proof that it comes out beautifully.
Yeah, really
like
nice.
all of the what is it called? The geometry. It's nice and smooth. It's not like pixelated at all. Like everything is like pretty high quality. And then somebody in the comments was saying that, yeah, it'd be cool if you could like chop all this up and have like servos put it together it does.
It's supposed to break apart in the movie. I haven't seen the Ghost in the Shell movie with Scarlett Johansson. I haven't seen it.
Super cool. Oh yeah, they did do a remake.
Yeah.
We should watch that now.
Yeah, is it on HBO Plus? We should watch it.
Somewhere, yeah.
It's somewhere.
But yeah, it's a really cool upgrade. Do that, have some servos, put the face together.
No comments on the mask. It's too creepy for folks. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. Connor is saying that
okay.
EL wire in the seams.
Yeah, that would look really neat.
I think that's what we have to do.
Very cool. All right, well that's this week's Timelapse Tuesday. We got.
And I'm jealous of Connor's 59 degrees for their cold front that already rolled in.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay. And I think that's it for Community Makes. I got some.
That's it?
Let's see, checking the notes.
No, that's it.
I think that is. Oh no, for like other stuff. I believe that is it. Oh, the other prototyping thing. It's probably too late, right? Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah. We can close off the show.
Yay. All right, so later tonight we're going to be hosting Show and Tell.
That's right. Come on by. We invite you to come on and share your progress, projects, retro gear, all this for your game. It's every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, Lamar and Phil, full hour of Ask an Engineer. Open source hardware, new products, CircuitPython on hardware, Ion MPI, and then the new products at the end. So check that. Questions at the end. I mean, it's called Ask an Engineer, so you ask the engineer at the end of the show.
So answer the questions at the end.
That's right. So come on by. We're hosting Show and Tell, 7:30 p.m. So
we'll post the StreamYard link in the Discord at discord.gg/Adafruit a couple minutes before the Show and Tell starts, so we can get all that loaded in.
All right. And then tomorrow, we get John Park's workshop every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Check it out with John Park.
Awesome. He's ramping up for, and thanks to Dues who corrected us, it is AdaBox 20.
Oh, it's 20, yeah.
Last time it was the 19.
Yep,
He'll be ramping up, getting ready for the projects for the next AdaBox. They're super cool.
Yeah, so check it out. Get subscribed
every single
if
week.
You're not already.
Yeah. And then on Friday.
Scott's on Friday, every 2 p.m. Pacific Time or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get a full hour plus of Scott doing some live, deep diving on CircuitPython, C, and other awesome stuff. So check out Scott every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then circling back around, on Sundays is From the Desk of Lady Ada, where she does the Great Search. On Sundays, Hacker Hours. On Mondays, it's the CircuitPython meeting, every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesdays is John Park's Product Pick of the Week, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time or 1 p.m. Pacific Time.
This week, John had the Neo Trellis. He had a really fun musical demo that he was playing with. And there's lots of fun projects. And it was 50% off the Neo Trellis, which is mind-blowing.
Only place to get such a huge discount. That's why the
Only
emoji
during
face
the
is
show.
there.
Yeah, only during
So
the
it
show.
only lasts for, what is it, like a half hour of...
Is it us this week?
Sorry, I looked at the comment from DeWester. JP's Tuesday shows are costing me a fortune. Well, it's only half a fortune that it's costing.
Right. Imagine if you just take your fortune and double it, and then you look at original cost. But thank you for supporting us, DeWester. You are keeping us afloat. And then we do this show every Wednesday in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Oh, would you look at the time?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
This has been 3D Hangouts. Thank you all for joining every single week. We'll be here later tonight.
Yes.
But until then,
remember to make a great day. I gotta go. Bye, folks.
see you later tonight.